record the meeting.
All right.
We have to record the presser.
Yeah, of course. Next year's Instagram page is going to be great.
All right. So, who wants to start us off with the questions?
You seem pretty eager to. You want to get us going?
I got a couple like pretty solid questions I got to ask here for
All
each
right.
of you
I got a
guys.
few.
I got
Actually.
some pretty mediocre bad answers for you.
All right. We'll start with Mr. JMD. Mr. JMD. Despite having less points than almost the entire league, 8 other players to be exact, your team has defied the odds and ended the regular season with an 8-6 record, and you found yourself in the championship. It's almost as if team name is the Pittsburgh Steelers of fun time football. How do you get your players ready for battle each week, and give us a glimpse of how you hype them up?
How I hype them up?
Yeah, give a little example.
First off, don't ever question our ability or how we got here. There are 2 men left standing right now, and I'm one of them, and our team is one of them. We've earned the right to be here. We've fought our way here. We've currently won 4 in a row. Okay. Everything else is just noise. You know, Kyle is 7-7. I've beaten him already, and he's beaten me already. But I'm not afraid. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Our team, every week we come in 6 days a week. Some days we get a little rest. And first thing that I have them do is we watch film. We watch film of cheetahs and lions and tigers hunting their prey in the wilderness, on the hunt for their meat. And that's how my team gets ready, because that's what we're doing. We're hunting.
Man. Wow,
heads. We're getting going after the head.
Great
I
answer.
could about run through a brick wall right now.
They tried taking me out. Problem is, I got a bulletproof vest. You should have went for the head.
Now that's a great answer. Thank you, Coach. My follow-up question: with Mostert on the bench in the championship and Zamir White in at flex as his replacement, give us the thought process behind starting a backup running back in place of the RB2 in fantasy. Was there some behind-the-scenes drama with Mostert? And if so, explain how this affected his availability.
Like I said, I'm not going to let the issues of our locker room leak out. Mostert earlier in the year did request a trade. He was offered to just about every team in the league. Yeah, he here's the thing about Raheem. He's a hardworking guy. We love him. All of his teammates love him. But each and every single week, I put out the best ball players in the league. And you have to earn it. And we did not feel like Raheem earned it this week. He's a solid guy, and when we win, he will get a ring. You know, he's just as much a member of a team as anybody else. But hey.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you for answering those questions. Moving on to KP. So going into the championship with Easton Stick is a bold move. How do you plan on building up the team morale of Mike Vick's dog pound to rally behind a guy like Easton to win this championship?
Well, first off, Mo, thank you for your question. So we are still in the talks about who is going to start at quarterback this week. If you look down my roster, man, Justin Herbert going on IR just a few weeks ago. That's killer. And Russell Wilson, the decision to bench him by Sean Payton. You know, it has stirred up our locker room. There are questions. My receivers want to know who's throwing them the ball. And right now, I don't have a definitive answer for them. As of now, I have in what is projected to give me the highest points. I'm a very analytical guy. It's what's got me this far. But I do think at the end of the day, we will be rolling with Derek Carr. You know, he's
oh my goodness, this is the breaking news.
He's put up 20 points back-to-back weeks. He's a guy I trust in this league. Ever since that day, you were there where I watched him put the Steelers in the championship to get destroyed by the Chiefs. The way he called the way he called that timeout. And we all know the infamous play, and It lit a fire in me, and I knew that one day he was going to lead my team to a championship because at the time my fantasy teams were awful. But
Hmm.
it all came full circle, and I think he's the guy that our locker room trusts. He's a great leader, and we're still working out the details, but I think he will be our quarterback going into the championship here.
Great answer. One more question. After all the troublesome evidence that came out this past week about potential collusion with Step Broderick Jones, can
Oh
you
my
tell us
God.
if there truly was collusion, and if not, how do you get your players to block out the noise?
Um, I think I respect Big Play McKay as a person, as my flag football center, as a GM. I just don't think he's the most well equipped when it comes to making roster moves.
Are you
Um,
kidding?
I am not kidding you. I sat down with Mr. McKay in the shack, and that is whenever he gave me Puka Nakua for next to nothing, and it spiraled out of control after that. Taking AJ Brown for the cost of DJ Moore, Jerry Jeudy, and Aaron Jones. That was what you have to ask is how could I be in the wrong? Or to get Diggs, yes. Thank you, Mr. Shoemaker. Indeed. But to get Diggs for such a low price, I'm not going to pass that up. Not when I'm chasing a ring. And at the end of the day, you see where I'm at and you see where he's at. And that's all I have to say.
Can I offer rebuttal since I was 100% mentioned in this right here? I know this is between the two champions of this league right now, but I just feel like my name is being dragged through the mud as a fantasy GM, and I have to say what's on my mind. You know, this year was not the year for Step Broderick Jones. We took a big step back from last year, being in the championship races, and we were in the championship races this year too. But however, the dice just didn't fall how they should have. I got some unlucky breaks, but we took some gambles and they didn't pay off. We'll take these lessons that we learned from last year, from this year into next year, and to come out bigger, faster, stronger, and even better than we were this year. I would like to defend though that DJ Moore, who I traded for Stephon Diggs, essentially, DJ Moore finished in the top 10 of wide receivers on the year, and what was it? Was it the smartest move? No. Was it a risky move? Yes. Did it have a high ceiling? Yes. And the
No,
ceiling, the ceiling,
No.
not at
the
all.
ceiling, the ceiling,
Let's hold
ceiling,
our horses
I
there.
think
the
he hit
ceiling
it.
wasn't there. The ceiling
No.
just wasn't there. And
Oh.
so, I have a
Was
lot
it?
of respect for Mr. Poremski as a GM. I found him to be the most vulnerable. I found Mr. Poremski to be the most vulnerable out of all the other fantasy owners, the ones who'd be most likely I'd be able to sucker
Well, it
into a
seems like
trade.
he took advantage of you.
And no, I took advantage of myself. In all honesty, it's like I just full on like saw myself in a mirror. It's like, that's a tasty piece of person. I want a piece of that person, and I took advantage of myself. But
This is a fantasy football discussion.
but I just want to. I have a lot of respect for Mr. Premsky as a person, as a fantasy football owner. I wish him the best of luck next year. And I just want to say that the ideas of collusion, of destroying the integrity of this league is absolutely abominable. Okay, abominable. I will not stand for those ideas of collusion and misinterpretation of what I thought were risky but good moves.
Malarkey.
Yeah, it sounds like a guilty party.
Hey, Nicholas, I don't want to hear it from you. Okay, button up your shirt, pal. Okay.
All right, my question time. My question time. You can stop talking. So this one we're gonna go right to KP here. So we don't always want to look into the regular season for when it comes to this postseason activities, but if you look at the stats, you outscored JMD by just under 200 points in the regular season. Does this give you any more confidence going into the Super Bowl?
Thank you for your question. And as I said before, I'm a big numbers guy, and the way it stands right now, it's looking great for my program. Excuse me,
That was
Big Play
fucked up.
McKay. If you could please keep your bodily functions to yourself.
Excuse me.
You're okay. Sorry. Now I'm big on the numbers, and I want to put out the guys that I think are gonna hit what they need to put me on top. And as it stands right now, we're in a great spot. So yes, there is a lot of confidence. I don't know exactly which players I had. I think I led the league in like 40 moves. So I don't what players I even had when I played JMD last. But I know that turning Stephon Diggs into AJ Brown and then somehow getting Christian McCaffrey, I am very confident in my team. I'm also very confident in their matchups this week. So yeah, a lot of confidence going through Mike Vick's Dog Pound's locker room right now, but we're not cocky. We know the job's not finished. We have that Mamba mentality. We're not going to smile until we get that ring.
All right, sticking with you again here. How does the questionability of Puka Nakua's availability this weekend, does it like put anything in the back of your head like, hey, am I going to have to go in here with another man down with already having to miss out on Justin Herbert playing in the Super Bowl?
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, injuries, they suck. We're monitoring Puka as the week progresses. And if he's good to go, he's our guy. He's someone we believe in, someone we trust. I believe he finished top 7 in fantasy at receiver. He never really came down from that first few week high. Everyone told me that he was going to fall off, and he never did. And I definitely never tried to trade him while he was supposed to come down. I stuck with him the entire way. And he's our guy. We do have backup scenarios. If he is determined, if he's not able to play, we are either going to move George Pickens into that spot and put Cole Kmet in the flex, or we will have to go with Josh Downs, a guy who has shown some big playability. But I think we're going to lean towards Cole Kmet. He gave me a 15-point performance in the first half before getting hurt. So another injury that we're monitoring, but we have a very good team of doctors here. And they communicate with the players very well. They're very honest and open, and we all know what's at stake here. These guys, they're ready to get hurt for this championship, to take down this fraud JMD.
All right, swinging over to JMD here. Kind of the same situation with DK Metcalf being questionable for this weekend. Except I noticed you don't have any backup receivers on your bench. Would that be a move you're looking to make here?
Well, I've been in contact with Pete Carroll. He's in charge of the Seattle Seahawks program, and we, like I said, we talked, and he's dealing with a little bit of back stiffness. It's not anything to be worried about. He's preparing to play for Sunday, and it's looking like he's going to play. So, DK, he's been a great addition to our team after he was traded for Derrick Henry earlier in the year. And, he's one of our guys, one of our locker room leaders, and he'll be in the lineup.
All right. So one more for you. You absolutely dominated at home in the regular season, producing this second best home record at 5-2.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like a home field advantage would give you some sort of like step up against Kyle this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? Name Nation shows up. Name Nation's all around.
You can pick a name for your team.
Mr. Talbot's losing it right now.
Talbot, please.
Name
Oh,
Nation
sorry,
is
guys. I
passionate.
do have another question eventually.
Name Nation is very passionate, and yeah, we have buses taking our fans, shuttling our fans up to the big game this weekend, and it's the sellout. This is big for our city, big for the program, and we're ready to ride. Name Nation, let's ride.
All right, I got one last question for you. So in the grand scheme of things, you're looking at this, and there was a lot of suspicious activity that went on this season. Your opponent in the Super Bowl, there was allegations of collusion, and now it's even brought up that the other team that he was supposedly colluding with might actually face some sort of repercussions for this collusion and might lose his first-round draft pick of next season. How does that make you feel that you're like having to put up with all this?
What?
Yeah. Our team, we have 3 eyes that we have hung in our locker room. It's intensity, intelligence, and integrity. And with these 2 gentlemen, have broken is our third eye, which is integrity. And
Okay, follow up
that's
this question. Sorry to
something.
interrupt you here, but do you feel like this is on both parties, or does this feel like, there was one party that was like, hey, I know I'm not gonna win this thing, so I want to like help bolster my one buddy, like help
This
him
is
take down
slander.
all the other people. So
This is
to me,
slander.
it seems like the
I
collusion
won the regular
lies
season.
on the team of Step Broderick Jones, which
Yeah.
is who might be facing a removal of a first round pick next year.
Yeah. Yeah, if we're gonna be real here, they're both the scum of the earth. It's like I said, we're a team built around integrity, and things like this, we don't go for this. We do it the right way. We show up, we work, and we go home. We go home to our families, and we come back the next day ready to win. We
I just
we
wanna
don't
say-
take short. We don't take shortcuts. We don't
This-
take shortcuts.
This is a joke.
Hey,
This is a
pal.
joke. Okay,
Hey,
you will hear from my
Hey,
legal
pal, go
team
back to your
a
losing track.
libel and defamation and breach of character, breach of contract. Those 4 things you're gonna hear from my lawyer about.
Contract. What contract you talking about?
Contract that we all entered into as whenever we all became in this fantasy football league. We all signed a contract.
I didn't sign a contract.
Yeah, what kind of
What
contract?
contract you talking?
We're gonna listen to the
Now he's
dude that
making
looks
stuff
like
up
he's
to make himself
like
sound innocent.
an extra from Jurassic Park.
Excuse me?
So we're gonna listen to the dude that looks like he's an extra from Jurassic Park.
You better watch your mouth, man.
Hey,
Talking
don't
to
talk
you.
about Mike that way.
I'm talking about small play.
Don't talk about Mike that way. That's not nice, man.
Talking about you, big play.
I've already taken care of Mike.
Well, you didn't take care of me, Mr. JMD. Okay, so
Take care of yourself.
I'm still cooking. I'm still cooking. Oh,
You did say yourself, Big Play McKay, that you, and if I can quote this correctly, took advantage of yourself. Could you not I know I'm the one here to answer questions, but I have to know what exactly you meant when you said,
that was
and please provide context. You said, I looked in the mirror, I saw a big juicy guy, and I said I'm gonna take advantage of him. What were you talking about?
that was different. That was taken out of context, and
Did that cloud your mind to make some of these trades?
the record will show that that's not how I was.
Well, speaking of the record, we have 2 major trades between the two of us that get talked about the most. What about James Cook for Miles Sanders in week 1, which has turned into, as James Cook is averaging about 16 a game?
That was just a big mistake on my end. Big overestimation, big underestimation. I thought Miles Sanders was him. I really did. Miles Sanders, not him.
Okay, when did Dominic get a lightsaber? We bring this to attention.
This is to my next point. Now, Reilly was saying, he feels like he was being manipulated by himself. Do we think that this perhaps was a mind force trick put into place by Kyle?
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
I
Excuse
never
That's a
considered
bombshell.
that. That's a good
That's a
idea.
That's funny to say by the guy holding the lightsaber. If anyone here has the force to use these powers on Big
how do
Play
we know
McKay,
that
it
Kyle
would be
didn't
you.
go before he proposed these trades?
Wow. He might just have. He might just have.
Come to think
I
of
think
it,
we all
I
look
actually
past
don't have
that.
any memory sitting down the
No,
shack.
you do. Yes, you do.
I don't have
Wow.
any
Sat
memory
with
of
me
that.
in the
I think
shack.
it wiped my mind.
I called you and you said you wanted to meet in the shack. Why is there remaining time at 10 minutes?
Yeah, why do we have a time limit?
Because this is the free version of Zoom, okay?
Oh my
Oh, okay.
Another
No.
fraudulent play by Big Play McKay. We
No,
might
shut
have,
up.
we might have to strip the Big Play from your name. You're just Reilly to me.
You don't mean that.
I offered you part of this
I've got-
championship for your stupidity, and you turned it down and jumped on the team name bandwagon.
Name Nation.
That's right.
I've got one more question for each of you.
All right.
All right. JMD. We'll go back to you. a guy like Cooper Kupp, who has been so unpredictable this year, going into the championship, do you trust a guy like him in this situation? And are you in the Coop Cup clan?
To answer your first question, yes, I do trust Cooper Kupp. He's a big game receiver. He's a Super Bowl MVP. And yes, there's been concerning his return from injury. He struggled for a little bit. He's back. You know what I'm saying? He's back.
Brother is not back.
Hey. You better watch out, pal, because your daddy's back, and it's called JMD, pal. And yes, but am I part of the Coop Cup clan? No. No, I am not. We like to stay away from controversies like that. Like I said, intensity, intelligence, integrity.
Integrity.
All right. We'll go over to KP. Thank you for your time, JMD.
You know it.
All right. So, KP, it's a known fact that Mike is one of your best friends. Did Christian McCaffrey's trade proposal have a little outside of the app incentive?
No, we leave our friendship out of the business side of things. Yeah, we are great friends. He's at my house right now. Sure, you can bring these accusations on me, but at the end of the day, we're both businessmen that made decisions that we thought would help our team the most. I can quote Mike saying on multiple occasions that CMC was a bum, a fraud, and a bust, and he would have rather had Stephon Diggs. And we thought it was a very straight up trade, a number one running back for a guy who at the time was, now we see Stephon Diggs' recent struggles, but the numbers he was putting up, we saw it as a very good straight up trade. I was in need for a running back, and
I needed some receivers.
With the numbers that Rashad White put up for some reason, and the hope of Jonathan Taylor getting back to form, mixed in with a wide receiver one, felt like the play for his team, and
Mike Evans.
And Mike Evans, might I add,
great numbers this year.
A guy who we don't talk about enough. A guy who it hurt to let him go. That was a guy that, we had to rally the locker room after taking such a force out of it. But as you'll notice, I'm in the championship, and Mike was the regular season MVP. Couldn't get it done in the semis, but I think it worked out great for both of us. Better than my trades with another member of our team worked out. Of our league, I should say.
Of your team.
Not to throw a stray there, big play McKay. You were simply an example.
Have you created a little faction within this league? You just misspoke and said member of your team. Are you saying that it's a faction of Mike, Kyle, and Reilly?
No, not at all.
No.
I'll stand by that.
Whoa. Keep your shirt on.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Wait.
Wanting to avoid controversy, but you're gonna strip at the podium. Crazy.
We're closing in on our time here. We need some closing remarks from Mr. Poremski and Mr. Daly. Mr. Poremski, please go first.
Well, I want to first of all thank all of you for your fantastic questions and a great year of fantasy football. I think we can all agree that it was a lot of fun. Maybe some changes need to be made going forward. I propose an Instagram page and maybe a mental health check on Reilly, given some of his trades. I think that's in line. And please don't laugh. It's a serious matter. We had to take care of our brother. At the end of the day, we are brothers here. Oh, Dominico is showing us. Yeah, that's. If there's sound, we can't hear it. But what is that?
Oh, he just sent the movie.
To see his identification.
Oh, the Jedi mind trick. Well,
make that.
The proof is right there.
On that. There were no Jedi mind tricks over at Mike Vick's Dog Pound. But to finish my closing remarks, I'm very proud of my team. I'm proud of my moves. They're very risky at times, and we went through a lot of adversity as a squad. But our locker room was never broken, and we're rolling into this championship, coming off a great performance by the Cleveland Browns defense. I'm very happy with where things stand, and I know my players. I know them too well and I know that they're going to come out on top by the end of the day on Sunday.
JMD, closing remarks.
Yeah, that's a fine speech, my friend, but I'm about to shrink you down to size. Okay. I believe everything that this team has stood for. Intensity, intelligence, integrity. My opponent clearly does not. He apparently has no class. Absolutely classless.
That's what no class would indicate.
Hey,
Yes.
hey, pal, you had your time. Your time's up. My time is now. Okay. Sean Cena, you can't see me. But I told this story to Kyle, and I'm going to say it to all of you guys. You ever hear the story of Old Yeller?
Alan Yeller?
Old Yeller.
I cannot say I
I'm like
have.
a dog.
Like,
I'm like a farm.
the color yellow.
Yeller. Old Yeller. Kyle's the
Old-
dog. Hey,
Old
stop.
Yellow.
Hey, small play McKay. You're done.
Hmm.
I'm going to take that dog out behind the shed, and I'm going to put him out of his misery.
Wow.
Name Nation, let's ride.
Strong words. Strong words.
We're not just any dogs. We're Mike Vick's dogs. And them boys can fight. Them boys can fight.
Like Vic killed those dogs.
They went down with the fight, though.
All right, whatever. I'll let my play do the talking. We'll let the final score speak.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I guess this concludes our press conference.
Okay.
Thank you all for making time out of your
Mike
busy
Jones,
schedule.
thank you for participating in the questions.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. Should you have any more questions, reach out to the media manager, Reilly McKay. He'll be more than willing to take any and all questions. He is temporarily unavailable because he is very sad, but he'll be back. He'll be back. And yeah, absolutely, guys. All right, I don't know what to do now.
Well, gentlemen, it was a pleasure. Thank you for your time.
Of course.
Great answers to the questions, both of you guys. Very happy with how this interview went down. So,
I gotta wake up at the buck crack of dawn tomorrow, so I'm gonna go to bed.
All right.
Thanks for sharing.
goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye.
Bye.